Let us move closer to our text and see what God, our Father, has called us to do. He calls us to imitate Him as dearly loved children. And as Paul develops that, we see the phrase in our passage today, to walk as children of light. To walk as children of light. So think about that. Many people think that God calls us to do these very hard and difficult things, but He begins in a very simple way. You just need to walk. You need to start walking. In his beautiful film, Godspeed, the Reverend Matt Canlis tells the story of how he learned to become a pastor after Christ's own heart. And he tells the story of how he moved to Scotland and he came to a small community and he wanted to do the things that pastors do, hide away in a study behind a big fat stack of books and do his pastoral work. But when he arrived, the man who was his supervisor told him, "Your work is not in here, it's out there." And so what Reverend Canlis learned to do was to get out of his office, to get away from his desk, and to go out and walk around the parish, to walk into the shops, to visit people on the street, to go to their homes, to learn their names, hear their stories, to make time for them. And as he did this, as he walked around, he says in the film that he was learning to walk at God's speed. Not in a quick and rushed way, but at God's speed, the same speed that God in the flesh walked in when He came to earth. You see that when God in the flesh came into the world, He modeled for us how He wanted us to go about His mission. It was not to be rushed and frantic or in a hurry, but it was to walk and walk around and walk among people, to take our time, to notice details, to listen to stories, to pay attention to what's happening in our life. It's very difficult for us to hear this in the 21st century because we want to hear something like, get in a hurry, there's time's wasting, we got to get this done. But that's not what God says to us, is it? He says, I want you to walk. I want you to walk. I want you to perambulate. Walk around and mark off the boundaries of your community where you're going to bring light to bear on others. One of the points made in that film is that if we learn to walk at God's speed, we might just catch up with Him if we slow down a little bit.